Hey guys, Drifter here. Welcome to Advanced Warfare in Depth. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about the huge XMG buff that came with the most recent patch. As far as I'm aware, as of right now, the XMG is the only weapon that has been changed stealthily with the patch because it wasn't in the patch notes. I'm going to be looking at the rest, but the XMG got a massive buff, and if you haven't noticed, my gameplay here is a little bit unusual because the gun is awesome now, and the TLDR of this buff is the Hipfire has been massively improved. The Hipfire, without being deployed, used to be super wide, super undependable, and just kind of used for point blank. Now it's actually very tight. The XMG Hipfire is almost the same as the SAC AKIMBO Hipfire. It's only slightly wider when you're moving, and I would say that the XMG has superior damage range and rate of fire to the SAC-3s, and have replaced them as my new favorite AKIMBO primary weapon because the Hipfire is just that tight. It's like SMG level tight. It's like ridiculous level tight. It's kind of like the chainsaw from Ghost. They kind of decided to make it go from awkward to awesome, and I'm going to tell you the XMG is now a top tier weapon, and it may even be viable for competitive. I know the guys at r/COD competitive are going to rip into me for that, or just kind of saying this, but hear me out. The XMG has always had a super fast time to kill, 2 shots downstream, can kill in 2 headshots depending on the variant or whatever, which I know isn't a competitive thing, but now the Hipfire is right up there with the SAC-3, which can work on small maps, and you can deploy and shoot with no recoil whatsoever in a super tiny cone at near infinite ranges and hose things, and it's an awesome weapon now. This moved from being kind of a joke weapon to a legitimate top tier weapon in Advanced Warfare, and if you haven't tried the XMG Akimbos, I would highly recommend you do. The patch is live on Xbox One. It should be coming to other consoles shortly, and when it does, give these weapons a try, and I think you're going to have a fantastic time with it. The one tip that I would give you is that you must use with the GUNG perk. The GUNG perk allows you to shoot while sprinting, and that, or sliding or jumping or any of these kind of things, and that's just a massive benefit to these weapons. Use with that perk, and I'll also say try rapid fire. Rapid fire works along with red dot sight. Guys, that's all for this short in depth. I know it was a little bit short, but I just kind of wanted to tell you the XMGs are awesome now and they have better hip fire, and that's all there is to it. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. The previous episode was on the M1 Irons Outlaw, and the next episode is going to be on the Moors Ransacker. Drifter out.